Hello and welcome to another episode of the Esports IQ podcast series where we discuss all things marketing in the world of esports and gaming. I'm Alex Fletcher, and today's episode explores why anime style content can help esports teams build strong brands, and more generally why I personally think more esports teams should seriously consider becoming media brands. Now, for those who don't know, I started my professional journey in gaming by way of esports all the way back in 2015. So I'm an old timer by most accounts, and what I'm about to say isn't a slight against the incredible job esports organizations have done elevating this space and contributing to the history of games, let me be clear. However, it is an objective truth that competitive video games in their current state are not a business driver. So in that light, I want to highlight the Wave of One marketing campaign by Team Liquid, a top-tier esports organization based in North America. And Wave of One is targeted at Team Liquid's fan base, which spans a competitive presence in over 15 game titles plus multiple content creators. And I caught wind of the campaign by way of an esports insider interview with Josie Brown, who is SVP of Brand Content and Marketing at Team Liquid. To paraphrase the interview, Team Liquid has a business and marketing problem that's basically common to most top-tier esports organizations. They've built a following by fielding a bunch of competitive rosters and multiple game titles over the years, and now people follow esports teams for a varied number of reasons. And that reality is important because it really dilutes the essence of an esports team brand, because it's not enough to know what a brand means, right? You have to know that others also know what it means. And traditional sports really nails this by establishing a strong relationship between a single sport and geography, to the point that when you wear a Manchester United jersey, it clearly communicates shared meaning around associations with English football in a certain part of the world. And esports teams are trying to work towards that because that's the key to unlocking positive customer actions like people buying your jersey. But right now, most organizations have a strategy of overextending their presence, i.e. continuing to further dilute their brand into more fragmented segments of the overall esports audience and gaming market. And that brand dilution is no good for tapping into wallet share, and more importantly, reaching larger casual fans who don't care about esports. But what does any of that have to do with anime, you might be asking? And why would a venerable esports organization that's worked over 20 years to build its brand transform into a media outfit? Well, when I watched the Wave of One campaign, or the video trailer for the Wave of One campaign, which was anime inspired, it immediately hit me that Team Liquid should really consider cutting some of its competitive teams in favor of producing this sort of content on an ongoing basis. And the first reason, or the first thing that stood out, was the immense transmedia storytelling potential that a content series like that holds. It took 30 seconds for me to say I would definitely tune in for regularly scheduled viewing if you just made more of this. And I know that's not cheap and it's not easy, but neither is signing like a lot of pro players and creators across like nearly 16, 17 game titles. An investment in content like that, which better translates to YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok, and that you own, has immediate ROI. And for those who are thinking, well, the cost of doing that, and then you got to think about what it might mean to have to air episodes online for free to gain an audience. To me, that's a non-issue, because right now esports teams are already absorbing all the costs involved with fielding these rosters, aside from whatever prize money they might win, because the media rights market in esports and gaming just isn't what it is in traditional sports. And then the commercial upside of an anime series that appeals to a wide swath of gamers is absolutely immense. We already know that a lot of gamers are anime fans, and it's going to be a lot easier to sell merchandise and products based on media IP than it is on the popularity of pro gamers, like a jersey for your pro Valorant roster. Shout out to all the Valorant pros on Liquid. Anime that's loosely based on gaming things, it just has so much potential as a brand building tool, because it's like that clear anchor that esports teams are looking for. And the organization, or Team Liquid, already has a 22-year history in esports, so they already have a fertile ground for plot lines and character arcs that they could loosely base on things that they've experienced and done that they'd otherwise have to create from scratch. And all the while, they can easily keep their integrity with esports fans by just keeping a handful of competitive teams and the most popular and stable competitive titles, kind of like what FaZe Clan and 100 Thieves are doing. I know it's not easy to make a well-made content and especially well-made anime-inspired series, but it's a great category content to attempt to expand into because you already have series like No Game, No Life and Overlord that have already laid a foundation. But regardless, it'll be interesting to see if Team Liquid really expands in this direction in the aftermath of its One Wave campaign or if it's just a one-off tactic. But either way, thanks for joining me for yet another installment of the Esports IQ podcast series. I enjoy doing this. Please stay tuned for more content coming soon. Take care and goodbye.